Pop Squad, coming at ya. This is going to be a little bit longer one. Every 5,000 subscribers, I do one of these channel info dumps, and that's what this is going to be. Because last night, no, night before, we hit 60,000 subscribers on the channel, and 60,064 as of right now, unless this needs to be updated. 60,064, and so I wanted to do a little info dump. That's what we're going to talk about. The first thing we'll do is talk about me, because I know that's why you're all here anyway. And I just like to give a little information about myself. And then we will go through some of the stuff here that I see on YouTube Studio. Um, I've never seen anybody else show this stuff off. And it surprises me because there's a bunch of cool information here that I've never seen anybody else talk about. So if you have any interest in seeing what I see as a content creator, what every content creator sees, it looks basically like this. I'll blow this up 1 second. Um, Basically like this. And I'll talk about this more in depth in a little bit after I finish talking about myself. And but there's these different tabs, so you can see the dashboard, content, so the stuff that I've posted, analytics, all sorts of stuff that we can look at here, community, which is basically the comments section. In fact, up until a little while ago, it was the comments section, and they just changed it to community. I don't know if they have other things in store there. Subtitles I don't ever deal with. Copyright I don't ever look at that. How I can monetize things here on the channel. Customization, I've never looked at this. Oh, I guess I put a picture in. Creator music, which is in beta, settings, and feedback. So it's really like these first four things, first four tabs that I deal with. And this page is just sort of a general info of stuff that YouTube serves up to me. So anyway, let's shrink this back down. Probably right about there, right? That probably looks about right. And I can tell you a little bit about myself. My real name is not Papa Squat. It is John. I mention that frequently on the channel, so if you're not aware of that, you probably just didn't hear me say it. I'm 55 years old. I've been doing this channel since October of 2020. I actually honestly don't know. Was it 2020? It's been 5 years. So let me open up. I will open up my D&D maps that I look at frequently. I'm a big geek. Let's see, YouTube, Papa Squat. And this will tell me when this got started, I believe. Let's see, October 23rd of 2020, like I said. So it was 2020. And this has some good information on it too. 60,000 subscribers, 4,000 videos. I just hit 4,000 videos like 3 days ago, maybe like the day before I hit 60,000 subscribers. That's a lot of videos. 5,757,000 views. And there you go. That's my channel. Yeah, 4,000 videos. I was a little surprised to see I hit that landmark or that milestone too. Let's see. Originally from a small town in Wisconsin called Burlington. I may be moving back there in the next few months if I don't find a job here in the Seattle area. I moved. Let's see. Grew up in Burlington. Lived there until I was 18. I went to school at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. I lived in Madison for 14 years. I accepted a job to work as a marketing PR ad person for a game company called WizKids, which I actually just opened up a page about WizKids here. WizKids, which is still a game company owned by different people. It's still a brand that exists. It's now located in New Jersey instead of in the Seattle area. But anyway, I accepted a job on September 11th of 2001 to move out to Seattle and take the job as the advertising and PR manager for HeroClix. Shortly after getting there, I walked into the game designers, the game director's office, and said, "Yeah, someday I'd really like to just basically have your job." And he was like, "Oh, really?" And instead of treating that like a threat and being an asshole to me, he was like, I like to hear that, and really encouraged me to do that. And within a couple of years, I had his position, and he had moved up to vice president position. So when you have good managers, that's the sort of thing they do. And man, Jim was a fantastic manager. I wish I still worked with him. But this is the stuff that we made. Were these little plastic figures. Again, I will blow this up a little bit. I love gaming. I am a huge dork. These figures are probably an inch and a half to 2 inches tall. Just incredibly sculpted. And I loved working for this company. Absolutely loved it. Um, I would totally do this job again. It was fantastic. Ended up leaving that company after about 5 years, and really it's sucked since then. like my career has sucked since then. I've had a bunch of uh, temporary jobs. I got stuck in this whole gig economy thing, taking 1 year contracts, working for Microsoft, working for other companies that revolve around Microsoft, that serve some niche need that Microsoft has. Worked for again on contract for a an advertising agency for a couple of years. Really enjoyed working there. Also for Microsoft, basically, and worked for a while at Amazon Web Services and on their social media team. I was a social media manager, their launch manager, and did a lot of live coverage at conventions for them. Um, did something really stupid, told a joke about my ex-wife because I was going through a very painful, terrible divorce, and lost that job, which was awful, and still basically paying for that. Still paying for that. Um, After that, COVID hit. I got married in, I don't even remember anymore, 2009, when I was 39 years old, just turned 40 a week after I got married, and was with her for 7 years before she cheated on me and left. And of course, told all of her friends that she didn't cheat on me, but she didn't have any friends. Told her family that she didn't cheat on me. So they still believe that, but it's not true. And that is all it took for my genetic time bomb of alcoholism to kick in, because my stress levels had never been elevated to the level they needed to be for that to happen. And so I went out and had a drink when my stress levels were really high, and then I drank for the next 4 or 5 years. Ruined everything. And then COVID hit. I checked myself into a rehab facility slightly before COVID. Maybe it was actually as it was hitting, and stopped drinking. Then COVID hit, and I started this channel. No, I guess it was after COVID hit that I started this channel, because I was bored at home, and wanted to do something. And I had seen some people on YouTube, young black couple. I don't know if it was a man and a woman, but I don't know if they were brother, sister, husband, wife, cousins, neighbors. I have no idea. But they were reacting to old music like whatever, Elton John and uh, Queen, Led Zeppelin, that sort of stuff. And of course, completely blown away by the music they were hearing that they'd never heard before, which is unthinkable to me, right? Like, unthinkable that they hadn't heard some of this music. And I thought, it would be interesting for me to go back and listen to rap and hip hop that I never got a chance to hear because I'm a white guy from a farming community in Wisconsin. And a town of 10,000 people, did not have any sort of urban, quote unquote, radio station accessible to us. Not for years afterwards until Chicago got one, and then we could listen to that stuff. Um, but so all I ever heard was like the big stuff that broke through in rap and hip hop. And as the years have gone by, I've gotten to be more and more of a fan of rap and hip hop, really starting with Eminem's Marshall Mathers. Loved loved that disc. Like the writing in that blew me away in a way that I did not expect, and that got me more curious about rap and hip hop in general. And I explored some of it, but not super deep. And I just didn't have the like my friends weren't into it, so I didn't have the connections to like find what I wanted, or to find what would be interesting. Um, I've always been a fan of music since I was 10 years old, 9 years old. Some of my Christmas presents from that time period were albums. I received quite a few albums over the years, bought my own. I actually have a video here on the channel that I go through my teenage record collection. I haven't yet gone through my CD collection because it's much bigger. Um, but my record collection I've gone through here on the channel. It's kind of fun. But I've always been a fan of music. Started out very much a fan of alternative, well, rock and roll, then alternative rock, new wave, the 80s stuff, right? Like, I was not a hair band guy. I'm not a heavy metal guy. It's just not my thing. I'm not a country guy. There's some heavy metal that I get, I understand, I like even, um, but just generally not my thing. So and I never got into like the hard rock hair band, Rat, Bon Jovi, Van Halen. Like some of it I liked, it just was not my music. Um, and I had friends who were huge into it, huge into it. My best friend growing up as a kid was long haired, like he was into the hair bands, right? He played guitar, he was in bands, he wanted to do that. Like he was very much into that, and it was just not my thing. Um, and actually, that makes me think. His name was Dave. He died when we were like 22, 23 years old in a car accident. But I remember he and I, uh, we bonded over playing D&D. We played lots of Dungeons and Dragons together, just the two of us. And but he was much more outgoing than I was, and I remember we would sometimes sit around in his bedroom and just hang out. Like if we didn't want to play D&D or whatever, we would just hang out. And he had records from, it had to be from his parents, of the Monkees, and we would sit around and like sing the Monkees tunes on his record player, which was kind of funny, especially considering he went on to like want to play like Van Halen and all that sort of stuff, the Scorpions, um, and I very much stuck with like the Monkees, and then Devo and Gary Newman, and anything from Depeche Mode. I loved early Depeche Mode, the Police, like all that sort of stuff that eventually got to be huge. U2, um, bands that are gigantic now, right? That in the early '80s were not. They were starting out. Um, but that was the stuff I loved. New wave, alternative rock, college radio. Listened to that stuff all through high school, college. I worked on a high school radio station, so I was exposed to even more. They actually did have a show about hip hop and rap, but I never really got into it. The only rap and hip hop I heard at all was the stuff that really broke through into the mainstream. So, um, Run DMC, Beastie Boys, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, um, some Curtis Blow. Not, but I was pretty young when that stuff came out. Um, but that's kind of it. And it wasn't until years later that I really got into it. In college and after, I got really into electronic music. Really into electronic music. Love electronic music. Dance, EDM, that sort of stuff. I'm not a dancer. I just like the music. And when, let's see, I got out here it kind of stayed that way. Met my wife. Music took a little bit of a backseat. I still indulged every now and again in like buying something or finding a new band and getting obsessed with it. XTC was a big one. Also, I have to just mention them from high school that I totally got into and I love to this day. And Yeah, so kind of like listen to the stuff that I've always listened to, and then I would pick up weird little bands or groups or artists along the way that I really liked. Um, Heard Eminem in the late 90s, loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And Started to pay a little more attention to rap and hip hop. Rap and hip hop grew to be gigantic. Um, I lived here and I moved out here to Seattle in 2001. And Like I said, met my wife. It didn't really listen to a whole ton of stuff. Love the Gorillas. That's a hip hop-ish, rap-ish band that I really liked. I like the electronic stuff, so the way they combine things really appealed to me. Um, and then, like I said, during COVID, I was bored and I was looking for something to do. And so I saw these people reacting to really old music, and I thought I should go back and listen to rap and hip hop that I missed. Like, go back and like get a grounding in the stuff that I never could have heard because of where I lived and what my upbringing was. And That's what I started this channel to do. If you go back and look at the early videos, it's all 80s stuff, 70s, 80s stuff that I never heard. Man, and some of it's good. Wow. And I still do one of those videos every week. I actually wish I could do more, but I just don't have the time for it because at some point people discovered this channel and started sending me stuff to react to, and they were like, "Oh, you should listen to this. You should listen to this. You should listen to this." Like, I've said it multiple times. This channel is kind of like being best friends with the internet, and people send me the coolest music. Sometimes I think people send me stuff just to see like, what's he gonna think of this, right? And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But man, because when your best friend recommends music to you, you're probably gonna like it because they have a good sense of what you like or what you might like, and that's kind of what I feel like with this channel. Like, people are not being jerks to me when they send me music. What they're doing is sharing something that they love and that they want somebody else to get excited about. And I try to find something in every song that I listen to that I at least appreciate, right? I might not like it, I might not love it, it might not get added to my favorites, and if it gets added to my favorites, it gets downloaded to my phone if it's available on Apple Music. Um, but man, I have discovered a ton of awesome. I have discovered for myself. It's not like I discovered Young Thug, right? Like, I discovered him, but people knew about him already. Tons of music, tons of musicians, tons of artists that are incredible, and I would never have found them without this channel. Um, Danny Brown, uh, trying to think of who did Headboard and VPN. God, I'm gonna have a hard time thinking of that. Why can't I think of it now? Where is my? Oh, I'm in the right place. I'm just on the wrong tab. VPN. Little Ugly Mane. Love Little Ugly Mane. Oh man, so good. And there's so many other people. Like, I could go off and list so many people who are absolutely worthy of being huge artists that I am a fan of, and I think that because I'm a fan of them. um, but I love it. I love reacting to this music. I love getting tons of reactions from people, or suggestions from people. I have a spreadsheet here on my computer, Papa Squat Reactions, that I have 3 tabs in. I have more than that, but 3 main tabs. One is original tracks, so stuff that the artists themselves send me to react to their stuff, like to get them more eyeballs, give them some feedback, give them a little more exposure on my channel instead of just on their own. And Man, I love doing that stuff. I absolutely love it. I love to encourage people to do what they love, right? I wish I'd had more of that in my life. because I would have been more obsessed and more focused on the things that I loved instead of kind of scattershot and being interested in lots of different things. I would have focused a little bit more. Um, but I love listening to new music, and a lot of the times I listen to stuff from new artists, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait until these guys make it. I cannot wait, because a lot of them I think deserve it. I think they're good, and it's there's so much luck involved that it's painful sometimes to know like a lot of these guys are not ever going to get there, even if they deserve it, even if they have the talent to get there, and life is full of luck and bad luck, and you never know. Anyway, the other tab, the other one of the other tabs is my Patreons or patrons from Patreon. My patrons, they can send me stuff to react to, and I have a big list of stuff from them, and I work through that as well, and then paid reactions, so people can just send me money and say, listen to this. The reason why I only do paid reactions, paid or Patreon reactions, is because otherwise I would just get too many tracks sent to me, and I still get, I have pages and pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of things that I have yet to react to that I need to react to. Albums I would like to do. It's really hard, uh, especially now that we have a baby girl at home. It's really hard for me to set aside an hour or two to do an album reaction. I have a bunch of stuff that I have to react to. I still intend to do them. I just need to find the time to do it. But anyway, those are the things. Those are the tabs that I work with. Artists who send me stuff, patron reactions, and paid reactions. So if you want to send me something, Cash App, PayPal, and Patreon information is down here. That's why I say that in every video. If you are an artist, my email address is papasquatjon08@gmail.com. You can send me stuff at that address, and I will add you to the list. If you send me money, it will get done sooner. Let's see, what else about me? Let's see, got married. We ended up splitting up in 2016, 2017. Oh, right, I was ahead of that. COVID hit. I was had been seeing somebody. We split up also because of my drinking, and COVID hit. I was home alone by myself with my cat Peanut, and started the channel. That was a good thing. And in fact, if you go back and watch my early videos, there's quite a few of them where you will see that I am bloated and shaking, or bloated or shaking, or drunk, or drinking while I'm doing my videos because I hadn't yet stopped drinking. And then I stopped. Basically, I think at the start of 2021, I pretty much stopped. And I don't think I've really had anything since. Maybe once, but that was it. And I don't really keep track of it. It's not a date that's important to me. I know something like AA, they give you, like, on your anniversary, you get something to commemorate the fact that you've been sober for so long. Like, I don't care. I care about today, right now. Am I drunk right now? Am I drinking right now? No, then it's a good day. Then that's good. Then I haven't ruined my life. I haven't let down my wife and my new wife and my stepdaughter and my daughter. I haven't ruined things again. Yeah, so there you go. Now I live in the Seattle area still. I've been here for 23 years, which is crazy. I guess it'll be 24 this fall. But I don't think I'll be here this fall. I think I will be moving back to Wisconsin to live with my mom, with my family of 4. So that'll be fun, because I can't find a job and I can't support us. And that makes me feel incredibly useless. You probably hear me talking about that in a lot of my videos. I really feel like a failure because I cannot support us. And I know the economy is weird. Companies say they're hiring, but they're not hiring. I'm 55, so nobody wants to hire me anyway, because I am past my prime. I have 30 years of experience doing what I do, and it doesn't matter at all. So don't ever let anybody tell you that experience matters, because at some point, experience is the worst thing you can have. Um, let's see, what else? I've never been um, diagnosed, but I am absolutely ADHD, probably autistic as well. I would like to get those things looked at, if that's the right way to say it. Um, because I have a tendency to overshare. I have a tendency to fixate. I am autodidactic, which means basically I like to self educate. I am always reading something or listening to something on Audible. I love to um, learn about science, learn about history, I've listened to biographies often about famous people, whether they're figures from history or figures in the comedy world. I'm a big comedy fan. Listened to a fantastic biography of Robin Williams last summer. Just fantastic. I listened to a lot of biographies. I even listened to a biography about Kenan Thompson just a couple months ago, and that was also excellent. Um, so all sorts of stuff. Like I have, there is a reason why I am interested in so many things, and it is because I love knowledge. I love learning. I love being informed. I love um, knowing something about anything that somebody could bring up, even if it's just like a trivial little thing. Um, I find the more that you share in common with other people, the easier it is to get along with them, and to have them understand you and have you understand them. Um, and I get a lot of comments in the comments section or the community section of my channel, where people are like, man, it's amazing how you can understand what these people are saying or doing or talking about when you don't have that background. And it's because I really do try to learn about what's going on in the world. I am definitely liberal. Um, I don't know if I'm a leftist or a liberal. That's one thing I don't know the difference, and it's one thing that I haven't cared to even look into, because everybody who says I'm not a liberal, I'm leftist, I find to be really an obnoxious person, and so I don't care. Um, I know what I think, and it certainly does not align with our current orange dictator. Um, I am unapologetic about that. I think he's a waste of life. I think he's a terrible human being. I think he didn't deserve his first presidency. I don't think he deserves this presidency. I think he is a huge threat to our country. Huge, huge threat to our country. And I hope it goes just as poorly for him as I think it will. I don't think we as the American people are going to stand for what he has already started and what he is going to continue to try to do. I just don't think we're going to sit for it. Anyway, there's that. I live in the Seattle area. That's where this started. I've lived in Bellevue. I live in Seattle. Now I live in a town called Maple Valley in Washington. It's 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour outside of Seattle. And smallish town. I work at a big box store, packing groceries, greeting people at the door, pushing carts. It is not my dream job. It doesn't even pay my rent. Every month I take money out of my retirement, which is almost gone, and we use that to live on, because that's where we're at. I can't do that for much longer, so I'll probably be moving with my family to live with my mom in Wisconsin until we can get back on our feet, if that's even going to be possible. And then I'll work until I die, because I won't have anything for retirement. Um, I don't expect this channel to save my life. What I expect this channel to do is slowly build 1,000 new subscribers a month. Um, and I will welcome every single person because it's just more people who can send me music to listen to. I haven't really changed the way I react to things since I started this. Maybe I've gotten a little bit better at it. Maybe, but it's um, it's just what I like to do. It's what I want to do at the end of the day to relax and wind down is to sit and listen to a little bit of music, and all I do is narrate how I react to stuff when I'm like actively listening to music, and I listen to the lyrics and I want to know what's going on, and I hear something I find interesting and I just express that. I just say it. Oh, this sound or this whatever reminded me of this song from 20 years ago that I happen to know what it is, and I talk about it. Um, that's that's all I do. I don't really review music. Um, I might edge in on that territory now and again, but I'm not comfortable saying that I review music because I'm not a musician. I don't have. I played drums in high school, but I don't have training in music to understand or to have the language to talk about music very well. There are other people out there who do that so well. There's some people who are vocal coaches who listen to music, and I find their reactions absolutely fascinating and just enlightening and incredibly cool. Um, the charismatic voice is one that I've listened to a number of times, and man, she is amazing. Um, let's see. Yeah, I just like to listen to music, and I have listened to music my entire life. So I have 40-ish years, 45 years, 45 years probably, of music listening under my belt. Some of it, some years, just nonstop consumption of music. Um, I know stuff back to the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s, even though I was a little kid, because, or it didn't exist, because my grandfather was a piano player and loved the big band stuff, so I know a bunch of that and those artists. My mom and dad were fans of the music of the 50s and 60s and a little bit the 70s, so I know a bunch of that stuff. I also listen to a lot of the 50s and 60s stuff with my little girl. She's only 15 months old right now, and we listen to stuff like Mr. Sandman and Beyond the Sea, Rockin' Robin, like all this stuff that's just really great, simple rock and roll from back in the day that also gives me a really good education on music that I have heard in the past, but I get to re-listen to all this stuff again, while also listening to Who on the channel, while also listening to Lil B and the Filthy and the Lucy Man and uh, Lil Tracy, just so many other people, right? And it's the coolest thing in the world. I listen to that in the morning when I'm making her breakfast, and then I do this at night after work, and it's the coolest mix of music. I love it. I love listening to music. Um, yeah, so there you go. Um, I used to weigh 380 pounds. I should have found a picture of myself when I was that heavy. I don't know if I have one handy. Let me see if I can find that while we're talking here. I used to weigh 380 pounds, and whoops, that was my email. Oh, that's okay. It's all the job description or job things that I'm trying to find. Jobs I'm trying to find. But oh man, I dieted like throughout my entire life to try and lose weight. Some more successful than others. Oh, here, this is a good one. This is me as a little boy. Um, let's close this. No, don't do that. This is me as a little kid. Pause. The boy on this side. This is my neighbor across the street. This is 1976, the summer of, so that's why this is the fire hydrant is painted like that. I was a skinny little towhead, so white, white, white blonde hair. And let's see if we can find another picture here. So that gives you an idea of what I looked like back in the day. Uh-huh, uh-huh. No, these are all other pictures. I'd really like to find the picture of me when I was so heavy, because it's really pretty remarkable. I was so big. This is a pretty terrible picture of me. Let's do this. This is pretty bad. Uh, oh God, yeah, this is awful. This is just great. Um, this is me. I'll hide the comments. This is me um, on my honeymoon. Oh no, this isn't on my honeymoon. This is a couple of years after that. We went on a trip to Mexico, and I was still quite heavy. Um, Terrible picture, just terrible. I've mostly been clean shaven my entire life until the last couple of years. This is the one I was thinking of. This is the picture I was thinking of. Can I blow this up even more? Yeah. So this is certainly when I was at one of my heaviest. Was this handsome fella right here? This is the navel of the world in Greece, and yeah, that's me when I was 30. Boy, she's a handsome woman, isn't she? I don't think I've ever made that joke about myself. Oh, it's good to be a king. Yeah, so there you go. I uh, I did not enjoy being fat. It was not a good time, and that also gives me a perspective on people's pain and loneliness and feeling like an outcast and wanting to change and not having any ability to change or not knowing what to do to change, not knowing how far you have to go to change sometimes, um, and just feeling like you're a piece of shit, not having any confidence, not knowing how to talk to the opposite sex or the whatever sex you happen to be interested in. Um, it was not good. Eventually, after trying for years and years and years to lose weight by working out, by changing my diet, and I did. I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to about 300 pounds on my own. Um, my then wife and I, the one who cheated and left, my then wife and I decided to pay for me to have stomach surgery where they cut out most of my stomach, and that's lost a bunch of weight. So I got down to about 235 pounds. Maybe I've dropped down to 230 once or twice. But 235. So I'm 6'4". I'm now about 6'2". Um, and yeah, much healthier in a way, much more stressed out in a lot of other ways. Uh, so anyway, there you go. It sucks to be fat. Don't be mean to fat people. They hate themselves already. Believe me. Um, let's see what else. Met my wife just a few years ago, right at the end of COVID. She had just moved here a couple of weeks before from Russia, and with her daughter, who is now 12. And we met, got along very well, started hanging out, going on dates, um, seeing each other on a regular basis, and we just said, "Hey, let's. This is going really well. Let's. Would you ever want to have a baby?" And we got pregnant, and then we got married, and then we had a baby, and this year I don't even know. Are we going to be married for 2 years this summer? Yeah, 2 years in July we'll be married, and we'll have a almost 2-year-old baby by the time it's our second anniversary. So we've been together for 2.5 years, and we have a 15-month-old. So we knew what was up. She's great. My wife, my daughter is too, and so is my stepdaughter. But I was talking about my wife. So funny. We have a really good time together. I wish, I wish I made enough money so that she could just take care of the kids and not be stressed out like we are all the time, all the time. And I'm sure most of you know exactly what I'm talking about if you have kids or if you have a significant other and you have a hard time paying the bills. Oh my God. It's so stressful and it's so hard on a relationship. And we really try to be there for each other. And I love her. She's awesome. But yeah, so we've been together a couple of years. I have a 12-year-old stepdaughter. She's awesome. She's very much 12-year-old. Everything sucks. Everything is too difficult. But she's so funny sometimes. We have such a good time. She loves music too. Some of her bands that she really likes are Weezer and Nirvana. Loves Nirvana. MF Doom. I'm trying to think who else she mentions. She has got friends who are big fans of My Chemical Romance, so you may see a My Chemical Romance song on the channel soon because her friend wanted me to react to something. And I'm not very familiar with their work. I'm actually a bigger fan of Gerard Way's, he's the singer there, comic book work. Gerard Way Comics. The Umbrella Academy is specifically what I'm talking about. So, so good. So good. Like ridiculously good. And it was turned into a TV show, so if you've seen the Umbrella Academy ever on TV, that was Gerard Way, and it is just so great. I don't know if I have anything else to tell you. Yeah, I talked about work. I get some music sometimes from some of my coworkers who are amazed to hear the music that I like and what I listen to. I have a big playlist of stuff on my phone that I often listen to at work when it's after hours and we can listen to it. Like I said, I'm a geek. I didn't talk about that at all yet. I'm a big geek, so you can see the Star Wars stuff here. This says, in the face of tyranny, rebel. I don't know why I would have that on my phone currently. My shelves behind me are full of things like the Thing from the Fantastic Four, a doll from him. This is a toy from the 70s. It's like a sand thing. Some dice in this little container. Nope, sorry, that's a cat food container. I have a cat, and my wife has some cats too. But this is all role-playing game. All role-playing games. In fact, I'm going to move this aside for just a moment. And I will show you my bookshelves behind me. I guess I'll show you all these. These are awards that I won for game design back in the day when I did that more regularly. But all this stuff, this is all D&D books, D&D, D&D, D&D. These are also D&D books. These are other books that can be played with D&D, as are these. This shelf these are books, hold on. These are books that I worked on when I worked for Green Ronin Publishing. Green Ronin is a great little company that makes role-playing games, and I was the game developer for Mutants and Masterminds, which is like a superhero role-playing game. So I love superheroes. I've been collecting comics since I was 10. More games, more games, more games, more games, more games, more games. This shelf is all board games. There's another shelf right next to that one that is board games, and another shelf, one more shelf that's board games, and then a bin, a metal container that I have a bunch of magic cards in. I have magic cards within easy reach of me. This is actually a good one. So if you play Magic, Rise of the Dark Realms is a pretty sweet card. I have an awesome Sir Conrad deck that I use that in. So I'm a geek. I'm a total geek. Currently watching Star Wars Andor because I didn't get a chance to watch it yet anywhere else. I started it a couple of times. Currently listening to a Kurt Vonnegut book on Audible, Slaughterhouse 5, because it came up recently. I wanted to listen to it. And strangely, it's narrated by James Franco, which I thought was really a weird choice. Um, I'm always listening to some book, like for sure. Yeah, that's it. I have dice within easy reach of me. I have Batman cars within easy reach of me. I have some Lego minifigures within easy reach of me. I have some My Hero Academia stuff within easy reach of me. I have just all sorts of stuff. I'm a dork, easy peasy dork, like for sure. This is a D20 that we found outside the apartment, and don't know whose it is, but apparently one of my neighbors is also a dork because this is a really old D20. It has the 0 through 9 twice, with some of the numbers having pluses next to them to represent that they could be like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Um, That's probably enough, right? I don't. You guys probably don't want to hear anything more about me, so let's get into the dashboard. If you have questions, feel free to ask them down below, and I'll answer them. Hey, we gained a follower. Look at that, 60,065. Let's look at this. So this is YouTube Live or YouTube Studio, YouTube Live, YouTube Studio, and this is the channel dashboard. It's the first page that you come into in YouTube Studio. It basically is like an overview of what's going on your channel. So this tells me my latest live stream performance, how many views it has, average view duration, 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Peak concurrent viewers was 28, so I don't get hundreds and hundreds. So if you ever want to stop by during a live stream, you will be heard because there is not a lot of people there, and we have a really good time during our live stream. I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. Um, there's all sorts of other information here. Published videos, these are some of the most recent videos that I've posted. It gives me just basic stats for them. Latest post, which is usually about the latest playlist that I put together. Um, Notifications that I get, like videos can't be monetized. I get a bunch of these and I don't even look at them anymore because it's all useless information to me because they also send it to me in email. So it just is silly. Like, why do I even have this? I look at my email. So then the channel analytics, which does actually have useful information such as my current subscribers. I can blow this up a little bit. I won't be quite as clear on screen, but you don't really care anyway, do you? Let's get this back to the beginning. So 60,065 subscribers plus 100 or 858 in the last 28 days. That number is a little low. I usually have been running around 1,000, and it's just dipped back down. I don't know why. I haven't changed anything. Maybe that's why. In how I react to things or what I'm reacting to, it's all stuff sent in by people who follow the channel and want me to react to something. So it's probably just that this channel is 4 to 5 years old and not getting served up to people like it used to. In the last 28 days, I've had 124,000 views. 124,000 views. People have spent 7.7 thousand hours watching, and I have made roughly $378 in the last 28 days, which is not bad. So that's probably about half the money that I make off of this channel in a month. So that also tells you how much money I make. Probably $500 to $700 depending on how much money people are sending in, and that's pretty good money. Like if this were just a hobby that I did just like for some extra money, like man, I would be flipping through the roof about that. Considering all that money has to go to pay for basic necessities of living in this world, It's a little less exciting. I wish that number were a lot higher because I would love to be able to do this full time and have it actually be reliable. And man, it's just not. It's just not. Um, Top videos in the last 48 hours. My most recent live stream, Birth of Rap from Lil B, and Is This Life, also by Lil B, that I just posted yesterday. Latest comments. People have posted some things recently. Recent subscribers. Don't need that. News. So this column is kind of like news from YouTube and Google about what's going on. That's basically it on that page. Content. This is where things start to get a little bit more interesting. I've never so at the very top up here, it has a bunch of tabs basically. It starts off, we're in videos, but there's an inspiration tab which I've never really looked at. Explore and brainstorm video ideas. My favorite Blade album moments. So this must be other people that do things similar to me and they think I want to watch them. I don't want to watch them. Videos, this is where I do most of my work. This is honestly where I spend most of my time when dealing with YouTube Studio. This is where I upload content. This is where I look at how many views something has, how many comments it has, how many thumbs up or thumbs down. Again, I'll make this a little bit bigger. Maybe I'll blow this up too. Oh, it really messes it up though. Can I get it a little bit bigger? That's too big. There. This is okay. So this tells you, this very top video, by the way, this is currently not visible. It's scheduled because it has copyright claim against it, and I'm currently appealing it. And it's In My Room by Frank Ocean. It's been here for a month, more than a month. I don't remember when I posted it, but it's sitting there until I can do something with it. So the first actual video is this one, Is This Life by Lil B. And this is the video that I posted the day before, not yesterday, but the day before. And you can see it has information. Is This Life by Lil B. I enter all this information here. It tells me it's 12 minutes and 39 seconds long. I can edit it. I can look at the analytics for it. I can look at the comments for it. Look at the monetization for it. Other stuff. It is currently public, so it can be viewed by anyone. It is not eligible for monetization, so that's what this whole column is monetization. So if you see a little red dollar sign or ineligible, it means I can't make money off of it. If it says sharing, like this second or third one here on the screen, it means I split the money that gets made with the artist. And if it just says on, it means any money I make from that video, I make it. It doesn't get shared with anybody else. And those are pretty much the only three options I think that there are: sharing, on, or ineligible. Any restrictions, copyright restrictions, when it was posted, and the number of views it has, the number of comments it has, and thumbs up, thumbs down, and the percentage of thumbs ups. When I upload a video, first thing I do is go here into whatever the most recent video is, and don't do that, and copy this because it has all my information that I want to put in every video description. And I go here and I say upload videos, and I can drag and drop a video over and then copy something into there. We'll find a video here. Videos. Where is this? Open a new window. Yeah, here we go. So if I want to take, I'll just take a short video. Too Much by Nigo from the other day. So I drag this in here, it pops it in, I do this, and I'll fill out some of this information that's down below. So I can add it to a playlist. I have a bunch of different playlists. Eventually, when this uploads completely, it'll put in some images here that I can use to create a thumbnail. And I don't typically, I don't know if I have, once or twice I think I've created a thumbnail because none of the auto-generated ones looked good. But I just pick one of these, and usually I pick the one that I look the dorkiest in, because that's just how my brain works. I think it's funny. And then I can look down here and expand this to do some things. So altered content, nope, none of it is trying to screw with somebody. Language, I should set this to always be English, but I just haven't done it yet. And then I add tags so that when somebody searches for something, maybe my video will get served to them. And that's the only stuff I update in here. Once it's finished uploading, it goes through all these stages as well, so I can go to next, and I can turn on monetization, which I usually do. Go next, and if the video has anything questionable like violence, drug use, whatever sensitive, controversial stuff, I can let them know so advertisers don't have to be advertising during those videos. I submit a rating. Go on to the video elements. I never even look at this. It's not something I do anything with. It checks to see if the copyright is okay and if ad suitability is okay. And then I can mark it as private. I can make it unlisted. I can make it public, which is usually what I do, and just hit publish once it's uploaded. Or I can schedule it to go live at a certain time. So you just do drop downs like, oh, I want this to go live March 5th. I don't usually, I'm going to cancel this upload, by the way. I don't usually program things ahead of time unless I'm going out of town or will, for some other reason, be unavailable, because I prefer to record things and immediately post them. I don't do a lot of work ahead of time on my videos. I just don't. When I sit down to do these, I haven't planned out. Literally, when I sit down to do these videos at night, I don't have anything planned at all. I have my spreadsheets that have a bunch of video suggestions in them, or artist music suggestions in them, and I open those spreadsheets up and I copy them over and open up a tab for each song and find it and hit record and start talking and reacting to the video. Like, I don't do anything. Literally, go here, get my spreadsheet. I'll go to one of my patrons here. Something that somebody has sent me. This is going to be a really recent one because I don't want to do a really old one that somebody be like, cause I probably won't get to this super soon. So here's something from Ruby Red. I would go over there, copy this, open up a page, open up 3 or 4 tabs, and if it was from a patron, which is what this was, I'll enter it here, hit this, and then I hit record and I start reacting. I don't usually do any research ahead of time, so that's it. That is how I get started. So if it seems like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I start a video, it's because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I don't do research ahead of time. And that's because I want to discover things live as I'm making my videos. I think that's honest. I think that's straightforward. I think that makes sense. Since I'm doing a reaction channel, I should do all of that live in front of you. I don't really edit my videos. Sometimes I mistakenly so I use this software here. This is called OBS, and sometimes I will mistakenly hit stop recording, which I almost did it right now, and that will end whatever I'm currently recording, and so then I have to go back and start again and edit the two things together in software that I also have. What is that? Filmora? I think that's what it's called. And yeah, but I don't usually edit the stuff that I post. I just don't do it. I don't have the time to do it, for one thing. So anyway, that's what this tab is all about. I haven't ever done any shorts. I have done live streams, and that's what all these are. I have now done 43 of them, which is way more than I ever thought I would do. And they do pretty well. They get a good number of views. So the one from last week has over 1,000 views. I've got quite a few with over 1,000, and that's a pretty good number for my channel. My short content, not all of them get hundreds and hundreds or 1,000 views. And again, we can look at those videos to see. It's like I have Lil B has 284 views. That was just yesterday. But let's go back a couple of days. Here, Cemeteries, Heart So Pure. That only has 1,900 views. So that tells you, and that's been a week? Yeah, February 17th. It's been a week today. And that's got 1,900 views. So to have a video from a week ago already have over 1,000 views, that's pretty hefty for me. Like, it's a good number. Do I wish they were higher? Oh, hell yes, I wish they were higher. So this is the tab that I do most of my work in. Analytics is the interesting stuff. This is an overview tab. Once again, I will make this a little bigger. Whoops. So this is an overview that tells me 124.5 thousand views in the last 28 days. I can set how much time right here. So if I want to do last 365 days, my channel got 1.7 million views, 111,000 hours of watch time. I've gained 14.2 thousand subscribers in the last year, and earned $3,400 in the last year. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Lifetime, I have not been monetizing the entire life of this channel, so lifetime, $4,263. So that's what I've made off of this channel so far. Just YouTube, not paid reactions and things like that. 360,000 hours of watch time. Oh, I so want to multiply that out. Calculator. Gotta figure this out. So this is my being a dork. 360,000 hours of watch time divided by what? 24 would give us the number of days. 15,000 days of watch time. 15,000 divided by 365. So people have spent 41 years of time watching my videos. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy. You have to see my face for this. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. 41 years of time. And 5.8 million views. That's not bad. 5.8 million. But that's, again, that's across 4.25 years of time. So pretty good. Pretty good. I have no illusions that my channel is big. This is a small channel. Anyway, so that's the overview. Content. This gets into a little bit more in depth in terms of the actual videos that I have posted recently. What's performed well. You can see like little bumps when a new video comes out that's popular, when things aren't doing so well, etc., etc. So just some good information. Oh, and sometimes these pop-up windows are all over the place. Let's see, above typical intros, so key moments in audience retention. This is a bunch of stuff that would be interesting if I wanted to look into it. Again, it's just not going to significantly change the way I react to stuff, so I don't bother looking at it. Some of this stuff is interesting. How viewers find your videos. YouTube searches is the big one. Browse features, suggested videos, channel pages, other YouTube features, other. I don't know, just kind of interesting. Audience information, so new viewers, returning viewers. New viewers are in blue, so pretty close together in terms of numbers, but the returning viewers are definitely the ones who come back to watch the videos and who show up to watch the videos, I should say. Unique viewers, number of subscribers, revenue is also really. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, other channels that my audience watches: Cemetery, Fake Mink, Smoked Oak 2016, Ghost Mountain, Mascarilla. What's Mascarilla? That sounds good. Um, is that Bape? Is that what that is? Um, revenue. So in the last 28 days, $378. I think we talked about that already. And you can see here's my previous months. Um, some months do slightly better than others. November, for some reason, was $463, but I think that was because I had a couple of really good live streams where some artists showed up, and some of the people who were showing up, just fans of the channel, subscribers of the channel, showed up and like sent $50 or $100 or whatever. And so November was really good, but the $300 range is fantastic. I love it. It definitely makes the live streams easier to do, right? Like to know that I'm going to make a little bit of money on those, and it adds up over the course of 3 or 4 times a month. Makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. I would do them more often if I thought people would show up to pay for it. I would be amazing. That would be fantastic. But I don't want to overtax people, right? Like I don't want people to show up and be like, "Oh God, he's doing another live stream." I think once a week is fine, right? Once a week is good. Once a week is predictable. People can show up if they want to. They don't have to show up. I don't expect people to be at every single live stream. Um, I don't know. Maybe that argues towards doing more live streams, but I don't want people to feel like they have to show up for it. Yeah, so there. That's what I make off of YouTube. Trends. I don't ever look at this. I don't want to even look at it. Community. This is where all the comments are. That's what all of these are. I go through, I read every single one. Sometimes I miss older comments that are replies, because I don't necessarily go like look way far down the page to see if somebody replied to a comment that was from a couple of weeks ago, and it doesn't automatically show me them. It shows me just the most recent comment. So a brand new comment I will get served, and some of these are from older videos, right? This is I Sing For You by Ruben Slick, and I don't even remember when I did that track. It was quite a while ago, right? And this person just left a comment 9 hours ago. Bergamot just left a comment an hour ago, and Stony Gato 236 left a comment 6 minutes ago. Yeah, but I go through, I read every single one. I thumbs up it so I know that I have reacted to it, unless it's some dickish comment or some conservative asshole saying something, or somebody trying to be clever. Or if you post first, I will never like a first comment. That shit drives me crazy. Maybe it's because I'm an old person, but first, that's nothing useful. There's no information there that is interesting to anyone. Please don't post it on my channel. just hate it. I just hate it. And then I don't ever do anything with subtitles. I don't do anything with the copyright tab. Earning. I make money off of watch page ads, off of gifts, off of supers, and off of giving is not something that I've actually done. Giving is like if I did a fundraiser, it's automatically here. But yeah, there you go. That's how I earn my money. Is mostly from page ads and supers and gifts. I don't think I have received any money from gifts at all. And that's that. I think that's everything. I have this is getting expensive, like very expensive, but I have all of the videos that I have made. I have copies of, not just here on YouTube, because they are uploaded to YouTube and I could download them if I wanted to, but I have them stored in Dropbox, although I am currently using about 5 terabytes of space on Dropbox, and I need to expand it. Although a friend of mine did just send me a 10 terabyte, right there, 10 terabyte external hard drive. But they can fail. So I don't know if I really need to keep all of my videos, but so far I have been. So I have every single video stored probably on an AWS server, because it's Dropbox. I assume they use AWS. And I have them here on YouTube. Let's see. What else? Is there anything else? That's pretty much it. I have Patreon. I guess I haven't opened this tab. I have a bunch of messages to check. I know that. I look at them. I just haven't looked in a couple days, so now there's a bunch of them again. From Patreon, I'm currently getting almost $300 a month. So again, tells you how much money I'm making from this. That's about 600 of this 800 that I get every month. 700. And this number was a bit lower until just the last couple of weeks. It was probably about 240, and now it's up to 294, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. I have 301 members of the channel. 117 of them are paying members. So it's about, a lot of them are $2 a piece. I have a couple of friends on here who are much higher. I don't post a ton of stuff here. It's really, I just don't have the time. I wish I had the time to do more and more and more stuff, but I just don't. With having to work and work a weird schedule, I typically go into work between 12:30 and 6:15 at night and work until 4 or 10:45 at night. It really depends on when I start and how long they want me to be there. My shifts are 4 hours, 6 hours, or 8 hours, and I don't make enough money to survive. So all this money helps. If you and 10,000 of your friends can afford $2 a month to send me on Patreon, holy crap, you would get a lot more content out of Papa Squat. Let me tell you that. I would do this all day, every day. I would make videos. I would do reactions. I would email people. I would have a lot more time to do stuff. Oh God, I don't really dream about it, but every now and again, like when I'm making a video like this, they're talking about it, like during a review, like a reaction, or during a live stream, I sort of fantasize a little bit. Oh man, it would be so nice to be able to do this. I get the attraction of people pursuing this content creation as a lifestyle, as a job, because it's your passion, right? It's something you're interested in, and you get to do it all the time. Like that, I would love it. If I could do this, or write, edit full time, game design full time, any of those, I would be very, very happy. I would be very, very happy. I would love to be able to do this full time. So like I said, if you and 10,000 of your friends want to send me $2 a month, even 5,000 of your friends want to send me $2 a month, that would change my life. That would be fantastic. I think we're good. If you have questions, like I said, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. And thank you for being here. This is, like I said, what I do about every 5,000 subscribers, and I love doing it. Like giving a little peek behind YouTube Studio. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was interesting to you. And I will see you very soon. I did also post a video today. It was Young Lean's Forever Young, which is sitting right over here. It was excellent. You should go watch my reaction, and if you don't watch my reaction, go watch the video itself, because it's very good and a lot of fun. And that's it. Papa Squat. check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, Patreon is over here if you would like to send me something to react to. Those are the ways to do it. Thanks again. Really appreciate you being here. And yeah, just do what you love. That's what I am doing when I make these videos. I love music. I like to react to music. And I really like the little group of people that we have subscribed to this channel who give me great feedback, give me interesting bits of information, and I welcome you being part of that, because we have a really good time here. It's a super positive place to be, and I love that. Thank you. Bye-bye.